Even DJI.
Let's see.
I mean, worst case scenario, always just get the audio from Sharanagati.
That means the guy pulling it again preventing the whole idea why we do this is not to really have that
I'm telling you about the battery. This charges while they're killing.
Are you sure?
I mean, you look at A7 III, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, this is C.
I have another battery.
Black, but then the recording will have to stop.
I'll put anyway a fresh one. What is it?
It's loading. What? I'm on charger.
So that's it. Let's see just...
No, it's not. Hey, Govinda. It's not charging. It's not charging.
We need the thing, huh? Yeah.
Are you half naked?
Look it.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. Oh yeah, I cannot. Hare Krishna. Yes. Let me all welcome you affectionately. I can see some of you have just come from most probably far away. We are just settling and preparing the meeting, but I want to say from my heart, welcome to this disciple meeting. I have really for a long time thought about what I have said. It will be a little bit, perhaps I hope to give a new mindset, a new way to look at Krishna consciousness. There will be a question and answer session at the end. One moment. Jacob, show me please the basket. Gaurahari will, I think, after the kirtan, because they need to, yes, we'll go around with this most attractive basket, which has seen many days, to collect any type of question you want to ask, but you might feel, oh, if I ask the question in public, I'm a shy person and I don't feel confident in doing it. So you could prepare in the meantime while we sing, or perhaps because everyone needs a little time to do this. Maybe after some yeah, the lecture will be so long. I hope to have an active question and answer session. Perhaps while you sing, but they don't have pieces of paper and pens. You can also give your mobile telephone in here for a change. You know. We will be able to sell it on the black market afterwards. No, I'm joking. Mm. Only a few, yes. Yeah. Yes, yes. Uh, Good. Please remember to ask your questions after the presentation, because perhaps there's a good, that's I would say in old times, Vaishnavas would meet like this, and they discuss also questions that didn't have an easy answer. For instance, from how could it come that we who were perfect left the spiritual world and came to the material? This was a question that was really given enough time to discuss. But I also think that after I have spoken, you will questions and will have thoughts. They will hopefully be stimulated. I should say something for the children amongst us. Can't speak directly to you, but to the parents I can speak. If you see that your child is mildly, then the child is still welcome. But if the child is heavily stimulated and place that you do we have loudspeakers in the room where they with mothers and children? Pizzeria, yes. Uh, uh, good. No, I'm liking different ways of pronunciation. Very charming. So in the pizzeria there is something for you. Fine. We will just sing a short Jai Radha Madhava. Then we will go right into it. I see Krishna Murari has something wonderful in his head. There's a whole spring. A whole spring scene. Thank you, thank you. Hare Krishna. What will we sing? Yeah. One moment, we have learned so many new melodies. We have to just figure out which one is good. The Nisha, another one? No, no. Sura. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesa Sunyavadi Askatyane Sakarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gauravinda. My dear devotees, we will sing or try to sing a melody which we call Surabikund. At the end of the Govardhan retreat, Krishna and myself needed some peace and restore our peace. We've been with so many people, and we went to Surabikund. It was perfectly still. We may have seen sometimes a tortoise to the surface of the Kund, but otherwise it was absolutely still. We could look from there, sacred Govardhan hill, and we could totally forget everything that was on our mind and just close in or focus on our relationship with Krishna. And I hope that as you sing, you will arrive in a similar place where you can a little bit forget the difficult journey that brought you here by car, by airplane, or by e-bike. You know, some of you live quite near. But perhaps you can also, for a moment, unplug, move out of the story of your life as it is now, and just plug in or connect with Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Softly, softly. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, 5 times. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, A little loud if possible. Yes, yes, yes. One more time, please, everybody. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Please, one more time, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Nityananda, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare One more time, all of us. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Jaya Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Nityananda Ram, Jaya Nityananda Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It was interesting. I was really thinking about an entry into subject matter, and this morning when we were together in the temple room and we read one entry of Prabhupada in this book called The Nectar of Devotion, I thought, that's my entry. My dear devotees, the nectar of devotion is the nectar of devotion. And in it, in one chapter called chapter 18, is a character of one in ecstatic love. We find actually the main motor that will take care of your progress in spiritual life. See, a locomotive boils hot water and creates a machine, and this pressure of the steam is put to the wheels somehow, and then the wheels move on. So it's the steam in the engine that moves it. Krishna consciousness, there is also a steam, is an element, and that's eagerness. Prabhupada writes about this eagerness for achieving the desired success in spiritual life. He says, when one is sufficiently eager to achieve success in devotional service, that eagerness is called samudkanta. We say samudkanta, yes, this means complete eagerness. Actually, this eagerness is the price for achieving success in Krishna consciousness. Everything has some value, and one has to pay the value before obtaining or possessing it. It is stated in the Vedic literature that to purchase the most valuable thing, consciousness, one has to develop intense eagerness. This intense eagerness is very nicely expressed by Bilvangala Thakur in his book Krishna Kanamrita. He says, I'm eagerly waiting to see the joy of Vrindavan, whose bodily beauty is captivating the whole universe. And then he describes Krishna. If you want to read this, it's on page 138 of Nectar of Devotion. And he ends, I want to see so much to see him at Vrindavan. When you go today to the Brahma, it's a little kund in the midst of Vrindavan town. You will find the place where Bilvam wrote this. At that time, it was a forested area, and Bilvangala noted that every day there was someone who brought him a pot of condensed milk. You know, it's very nourishing. You only need to drink this little or eat this little clay cup. It's about this big, and you're nourished for the day. And as he was eating it every day, he understood that this someone was Krishna, but he was physically blind. And he was not suffering from this blindness. He knew I can only see Krishna with my spiritual eyes or my awakened spiritual perception. But what he suffered from was that the day passed, the years passed. He became actually very old. He was one of those persons who became very old. I saw a video about in the Kumbh Mela who's 250 years old by now, but Bilva Mala was even older than that. And he saw, he was becoming restless, he was becoming eager. And this eagerness is the driving motor of Krishna consciousness. Even in the beginner, today I met a very nice workaway person who described that actually she prepared the festival here, but then she had to actually go because all the spaces were covered by the registered guests. But she was so eager to stay that she said, I'm staying even under a tree, you know. So, of course, there were some merciful devotees who said, no need for trees at this cold season. You can come and live in our room. You know, so this eagerness is there in the beginning state of Krishna. Otherwise, one can't make the distance to material life and take to this life. How is Krishna responding? Srila Prabhupada, in a lecture in Vrindavan, it was shortly before he left this world, said something very moving for me. He said, when there's a little pain in the finger, one notices it and one thinks about it because we have a very intimate connection with the finger. So Krishna has a very intimate connection with each one of us. Just like this part of the body, we all are part of Krishna. We are part of God. We are in that sense already most perfect. And but Krishna feels pain in his heart when we don't know that, when we don't live in this reality. And when we do make a little effort or efforts to wake up, so to say, then Krishna's pain goes away. I thought this was very, very touching. The idea that not practicing Krishna consciousness to solve my own pain, but I do this to give pleasure for Krishna. This is the idea or the basis of Krishna consciousness, this eagerness, or you could call it samudkanta, but there's another word, it's pujanabodh, this awareness about the spiritual goal and the desire to attain it. No? It's not just a theoretical knowledge, but our desire or eager desire connects us with this. And for such people who have this eager desire, not to belong to a group. That's not the idea. Not to have a name and be recognized in the group, but for people who have this eager desire to come to Krishna, the process of initiation is given. My dear devotees, spiritual traditions call their processes a vehicle. My friends who are practicing Buddhism, they know of the big vehicle, I think Mahayana Buddhism, and the small vehicle. And also in Gaudiya Vaishnava, we call our process in which we are initiated a vehicle. It's compared with a boat. In the 10th canto, it is said, Acharyas, the great teachers of the past, have left us a boat on our side of the ocean of samsara, where we live, and we can go in the boat and then cross the ocean of birth, death, and go to our spiritual home, so to say. It's a vehicle. Another image of what we do, the process of Krishna consciousness in relationship to the Guru, is given. And I want to give you these images before I talk to you as a Guru will talk to those. It's lowering a rope, das Versenken eines Seiles. The image is that we who have somehow left our spiritual grounding, our spiritual standing, have fallen into a deep well of material existence, and we are surrounded by darkness. We are isolated, if you so want, this deep well. Now imagine someone comes and throws a rope inside, or not throws, then it's gone, lowers a rope. Then we have a chance to grab this rope and be lifted up. I would recommend to first make a knot in the end part of the rope where you can rest your feet or your legs, and then to hold on to this rope and be carried out, or pulled out. So the spiritual master is here compared figuratively with a person who comes and sees us in our situation where we are helplessly to move really in the spiritual reality. And so he lowers the rope of this process of spiritual life. And then we have to grab it. And when we grab it, he will pull us out. But imagine someone sees the rope and says, "Can you help me to grab it?" Yeah, just take the left hand and the right hand, and then bring it together, the fingers together, and then stand on the knot or wherever, and then we can pull you. Oh, that's too difficult. Let's see. Perhaps you would to have a more a decorated rope. So lowers a deck. Shumit, this is not the time to laugh, by the way. You must listen, because if you laugh, you might laugh yourself. So better not do this. So a decorated rope is put in. It's made easier. But ultimately, my dear everyone, we have to grab it, wind it around shoulder, do anything, but we have to be connected to this rope. We cannot expect the Guru to lift us out when we don't grab the rope or the process. If we do, it is described, the spiritual master remains in the material universe till all his disciples are transferred to the spiritual sky. So even if we try to rope it, try to grab it, but there is some failure, we can't always every day keep our, there is some accidents that is expected, but we must try to hold to that rope. Once, Srila Prabhupada was asked by a senior disciple of his, a very senior disciple. This disciple has about 100,000 disciples, So he was asked, I want to keep it, if you want to find out who it is, you can type in the words which I say now and Google it. I know many of you will not do this. So to keep it a little confidential, you have asked, Prabhupada said, if it is true that the spiritual master remains in the material universe until all of his disciples are transferred to the spiritual sky. Is this true? And now Prabhupada's answer. The answer is yes, this is the rule. Therefore, every student should be very much careful not to commit any offense which will be detrimental to this promotion to the spiritual kingdom. And thereby this master has to incarnate again to deliver him. So the disciple has some responsibility here, no? This sort of mentality will be a kind of offense to the spiritual master. Out of the 10 kinds of offenses, the number one offense is to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. At other times, Prabhupada has said, the tradition says it's to offend those who preach the glories of the whole name. It's and plural. We should be careful with those who are on the path. No? And in fact, Jiva Hingsa, that is being offensive to any living entity, is not at all favorable. It's actually an obstacle for your life. But here he says, you must stick to the rope. You must keep this of the spiritual master and his process. What he teaches you. You must keep this intact. The instructions given disciple by the spiritual master at the time of initiation. The instructions given to the disciple by the master at the time of initiation should be strictly followed. Do you remember these instructions? Of course. You're a little shy? Yeah. You can 16 rounds each day? No? Sounds familiar. And what you do? How do you act? So these are the 4 rules and regulations, right? Why are you silent? You are a little ashamed? No, I'm asking. No, little. Yes, it's a little serious atmosphere. Okay, I will, if need be, I will know how to make you laugh. No, Shumit, not now. The instructions given to the disciple by the spiritual master at the time of initiation should be strictly followed. That will make one advance to the spiritual path. But if one deliberately defies such instructions against them, then his advancement is hampered from the very beginning. And now it gets a little bit, now you will hear the Guru Parampara speaking to you. So fasten your seatbelt, no modern comfort rope is given. This defying means to disconnect the relationship with the spiritual master. Anyone who defies and therefore disconnects the relationship with the spiritual master can hardly expect the assistance of the spiritual master life after life. I hope this will clear up this question sufficiently for you. So here Prabhupada, he says that when a disciple again and again turns against his instructions, and doesn't do it, there is a disconnect. Stay with me. Prabhupada told that this spiritual process should not be an external thing. And he of the show bottles in an Indian pharmacy. In India, you find the pharmacy, apotheke, they will bring colored water into bottled, uh, into a bottle, and those who pass by think, "My God, he has a lot of medicine, good medicine." But it's really only a farce. It's not a real medicine. If you would drink it, you would most probably get dysentery or something. It's just something for show, for outside. So this should not be there in spiritual life. He says, so first of all, you must be serious uh, and follow these rules and regulations. With this, he means the whole process, no, not just 4 rules. There are, 16 rounds and other this. Then take initiation. Otherwise, don't make a fuss. That is my request. One has to be very determined. Bhajanti mandrita vrataha. This word is used in the Bhagavata. Strong determination. Yes, in this life, I shall go back to home, back to Godhead. This is determination. And what is the difficulty? No difficulty. Chant a mantra, you're taking the beats, 16 rounds. You can be finished at most 2 hours or 3 hours. So you have 24 hours. If you want to sleep, of course, 23 hours. Brothers, are you listening? It's not, you have to look beyond the words. This is not something about, this is extremely sincere. If you want to sleep, of course, 23 hours, that's another thing. You have to minimize your sleeping. So not 23 hours. I think no one here does this unless they are ill, which happens. If you cannot finish 16 rounds, then you must sleep on the day. You must not eat. Why don't you forget to eat? Why do you forget chanting Hare Krishna? So you are welcome to take initiation. But if you are neglectful, if you want to make it a farce, that is your business. I cannot give you any protection. Prabhupada says, I don't think this you want to laugh about. This is the person who is giving us the vehicle to cross or throws the rope says, you will need to do this. If you don't do, I cannot help you. That is something to think about. Now, of course, Srila Prabhupada said this, but he sometimes acted differently. He said in a lecture, as you can be excused, someone did a gross mistake, but don't do it again. If you continue to do it, then you have to suffer. Once or twice, you may be excused. But if you continue to do that, you must have the results. You will get the results. There is also the tears of Nityananda in this whole consideration. Once there was a disciple of Srila Prabhupada who did really, really things. I don't know exactly what he thinks, but it was so severe that the temple president said, sorry, you have to leave the temple. You are not keeping any of your promises. And now Prabhupada comes and please leave. the temple now. So that devotee left the temple, and Prabhupada came to that temple, and the devotee climbed up somehow on the side of the house of the temple and came through the window in Prabhupada's room. And he sat there and he said, I have been thrown out of the temple because I did all these things. Prabhupada said, so he must now speaks a language which is different than your modern language, but he asked, so you did nonsense? And the disciple said, nodded with the head. At this moment, the door of the room burst open. And the temple president comes in. Somehow he has understood, or maybe someone has seen him climbing up the walls. So. And he says, you are here, now you're disturbing Prabhupada. I told you what you have to do. You leave. The devotee looks at Prabhupada, and Prabhupada says, no, no, no. Lord Nityananda is very, very, very merciful. So he stayed. I do not know the rest. If he, I hope he could take the serious this thing, and because yes, there is mercy. Krishna is merciful. Lord Nityananda, as we will hear tomorrow, is very merciful. But for us, our part is to try our best. Whatever the Lord does is what he does, but we can't exploit it. Then we are not very high class in our devotion, So, as I say this, I have a few scenarios in my mind. I see many of you not chanting the 16 rounds any longer. I can somehow, it's easy to see. I see many of you struggling with the 16 rounds. I don't look into your 4 rules and regulations unless, we had in our community cases of drugs which were taken, alcohol, for instance, and so on, and so on. And you know yourself what this does to you. It's not good. I'm aware of all of this. It's not that I'm also willing to overlook that it is difficult, because you are serious people. You are good devotees. You have love in your heart. I know this. I know. I'm not a blind person, nor am I extremely formal. But I know the philosophy of the vehicle. If I don't step into the boat cannot bring me. If I don't step into the train cannot move me forward. If I don't grab the rope, I cannot be lifted. It's not possible. How can I expect this? I could be, then if you think this philosophy I don't, let me not keep, my neighbor's also not keeping 16 rounds, If you take this philosophy, at the end you will be like your neighbor, if you consequently think like this. So you need effort. And for this, I feel you need a mentality adjustment. Do you know what is a mentality? It's a certain mindset, the way you understand your world. And an adjustment means to change that to a mentality that is more helpful for your spiritual advancement. The mentality adjustment, in my mind, needs to be done in terms of the holy name. I'm very happy to share now with you 3 points, and if I see you're eager to listen more, I will add a 4th point. Uh, uh, Devotees, if we understand the chanting of the holy name in its full means we will want it. And if we want to chant it, if we chant it nicely, both in japa and kirtan, the holy name will do everything. It will help us to overcome our weakness. Yes. It will give us, yes. It will give us, the holy name, not it. He, Nam Prabhu, will arrange your life to your benefit. That is there. Not really doing a spiritual practice when you chant. You are entering into a relationship with a personality who is simultaneously beautiful, blue, a wonderful cowherd boy, known his devotees as Shyam Sundar. But this boy, this attractive personality who is there when you chant, at the same time has all the potencies to do and undo the universe. He's so powerful. Yes, he's everywhere. The devotees pray, Nitai is in the air, Nitai is in the left, Nitai is right. It means that Nitai, the most merciful form of Shyam Sundar, Krishna, is with us, all the time. And he has the power to do everything, even to heal all your diseases, to heal your the mind, which is not perhaps eager for spiritual life enough, and so on. Jiva Goswami says, this Lord has incarnated in his mercy in the form of transcendent blissful syllables. He uses this Sanskrit word Vana Rupe Navataro Yam. So that Lord is there. And Krishna Raj says, right, yes. The only purport of the holy name of Krishna is that he is dark blue like a tree, and is the darling son of Mother Yashoda. Yes, this is the conclusion of all the revealed scriptures. So this is the holy name. It's a vibrant melody emanating bliss. I heard when the Lord smiles, the whole horizon gets covered with kunda flowers. Kunda flower means these white small flowers. The light of the sun reflects on his tooth and it looks like the flowers. Wonderful. So you are entering this. You broke this relationship once, and only one person who can repair it. There are actually two persons. You and Krishna. And Krishna will become active if you make the proper steps in your life. If he sees you making an effort, if he sees you coming into the school of Bhakti, the school of eagerness. Now, the second point, my dear devotees, is you will need to adjust your mentality. The famous psychologist, Mr. Erickson, I don't know if he still lives, but he sounds like my last name, passport name, a Swedish name. And he says every one of us carries an identity kit with them. An identity kit, in Deutsch ist ein Identitätsbastelsatz. Casey, are you here? You are psychologically trained. How would you say an identity kit? What does this mean? Have you heard this before? Stages of development. Yeah, yeah. That defends itself, or what did you say? Sense of self. Good. We have to develop. And yes, see, a child will have a little identity kit. It's like a Lego Bausatz. Do we have in America Lego?
Yes.
You put things together and then you have a car or a house and you bring that together. So in the same way, we bring our identity together. Okay, I'm a little boy living on an island on a red bicycle. That was when I was young, my identity kit. Did you give this around? I'm the little boy from the island, creative, adventurous on my red bicycle. Then, as Casey has indicated, you move on. Now I don't, my identity kit, maybe I'm a old man now, with graying hair. Do I own anything? No, not really. A boat. I have a little boat, which can bring me over the Lake of Neuruppin, but that's my only identity, my only possession. But no, yes, no, I'm a sannyasi now. I'm a lecturer. I'm an author. I'm a seminar giver. This is not my identity kit. I have different things in there. And in this way, every one of us carries their identity. I'm a woman, I'm a German, I'm a businessman, I'm an artist, and so on. And this is what we all carry with us. We carry it. It's not us, but it serves us. We can put it together and build up some identity in which we present ourselves to the world. Maybe when we want a new job or a new relationship, we say, this is me, this is my hobby. I like going with my boat, or anything. No, this is every one of us has it. When I was heard this was 15 years ago, and I was bored when I talked to people, not you, people to whom I meet, and I needed to spend the time because I looked at them and tried to find out what is in their identity kit. How do they present themselves? What's behind it? It was an intellectual exercise, but now I don't do this any longer. When it's bored, I chant some sacred names inside. Yeah. I've heard this millions of times what they say, but you have to give the forum of kindness to them, no? Yeah, so everyone carries this with them. When you come to the door of the holy name, you have to park this. You have to put it before the door. Now I'm not all this any longer. I'm your servant. I'm your lost servant. I'm a meditation which Prabodhananda Saraswati offers. I'm on a path in Vrindavan. I'm crying and I'm waiting that you are coming with your girl companions and you see me crying. I can do some sort of things, I can make garlands, and that you say, oh, this person is crying so much. Let me take them. With me to meet Krishna. Now, that is, let your sincerity wash away your false identity. Let your sincerity wash away your false identity. And when you come to that place, that part of you that really wants Krishna, you can understand the first point. The Lord has come in the form of the holy name. The third thing first point, you're not relating to a practice, you're relating to a person. The second is you divest yourself, leading in Deutsch, of your Identität, dein Identitätsbastelsatz. And the third point is you should know that the Lord reciprocates. It's not that only we try to love Krishna. When Krishna sees that we are trying to chant in a sincere state of mind, he thinks, he is becoming antamukha. He moves away from the external perception and he looks towards me. And then he will look at you and this glance of Krishna creates in you is quite, this, I repeat Prabhupada, this is from a pure devotee. When the Lord sees someone who is now serious about the relationship, he reciprocates and he creates with his glance more eagerness in the heart to serve him. When the Lord looks at you, or when you get the Radha Kripa Kataksha, when you are noticed by the Lord, his first installment of his mercy is, or there, Radha also, Nityananda, all, my devotees is, he helps you that the eagerness becomes more. And when you are eager, you can leave away your identity kit. You chant Krishna's name nicely. So these are 3 points which for now share with you, not too much at once. Then, my dear devotees, when you know what is the goal of your life, not theoretically, but if you connect with it by leaving the false identity, which has so many goals in this world, so many goals. Most of the time which you spend is just for material goals in this world. Maintain yourself, to maintain your health, to eat, to work for the eating. So much time to get some recognition in your social group where you work, and to try to serve in that time. That is very good. That is very nice. That's actually spirit, and so on. Yeah. Then with this mentality adjustment, everything is easy. Do you know when I chanted my best rounds? I can't say that they were best rounds, but on that time when I heard I have cancer, and it's a fast-acting cancer. It is one of those super aggressive ones. When I went deities and said, "My Lord, I will be only a few. I don't know. Soon it will be over with me." Then I said, "I'm sorry that I was so neglectful in my relationship with you. I was just so everywhere else with my mind. Could you one more time, please look at me and bring me to the right space?" And then I remember I went from the altar of Radha Madan Mohan. There was only one little child whom I met on the child of Adi Shesh and his good wife, and I went into my lonely room. I remember I was not happy there because the seat where I was sitting there was always cold air in the neck and become stiff. But I didn't want to say all these things because already the community was doing so much. But I remember when I came from the other, all of a sudden, my soul sprang on fire. That's not too poetic. I became enthusiastic. You will say fired up in the language. And I became so inspired to chant. And I think that, at that time, everything changed. My life changed. Not my life, my health changed. And I was on the path to curing. I think all of us, in our material condition, we need that spark, and therefore I have said again and again, amenity adjustment is good. That will help us, and I so much hope that this lecture will not be one of the many lectures which after some can't remember, but you will do something. And I suggest a very personal tip from the Manu Samhita. The Manu Samhita tells us how to make a decision in our life. It says you need to walk, you need to take a walk on a mountain. What this means is you need to be a little by yourself, because it's you who will have to make a decision, not because someone. Before you walk alone, have talks to see what possibilities and perspectives open, but then have a walk alone. Walk alone with Krishna, and then get on a mountaintop. The idea of the mountain is from there you have an overview over your life. You can look from above and see yourself acting in the valley and think, is this really helpful? Is this really good? Is this what I really want in my life, or what I should be doing at this stage of my life? And when you come down from the mountain, you might have an answer to this difficult question, how to bring your spiritual life to a level that you can happily stand before your Guru Maharaj and Nityananda and so on. Wow. Have you heard what I wanted to say? You have heard. Can you understand why this is important for me? I want that you all become very happy, well-grounded spiritual people, and so on. I want this, and I'm convinced of a certain process that's initiation is part of it, but it's really a certain way you conduct yourself in this world with spiritual, with spiritual principles. The non-meat eating is ahimsa, non-violence is behind this. It's or non-hurting anyone, but you have to bring it further. You can't just no meat eating. That's you should not hurt with words and not with thoughts. This is a good supportive lifestyle. What else we do? All the things we do, there are spiritual principles behind them. There are reasons why we do them. They're not just given out of nothing. No intoxication. It helps you to keep clarity of mind and be connected with your own. We think in Krishna consciousness that you know already many, many things. Sometimes I say, what do you pretend to not know? Oops. It's a good question, no? Pretend to know. Oops. Let me sit with this question for one day. Then beautiful answers can come. Yeah. It's important for me to give this, and I thought today I would say all this. I know that at least two devotees, I mean, that many have listened very carefully. There is always, we always have to see in spiritual life, there are ways and means to goal, but this is for those who take, this is for one uh, type of devotees, this at least for those who are my disciples at this stage. You know, they, how can I give anything else than my spiritual master has given? But no, it's interesting. We want to see some action here. Good. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke to people, when it was back in the times, he would say things like, everyone will attain all perfection by chanting it. At every moment, chant it. There's no other rule. You know, be with Krishna. Stay with him. It lifts the clouds. But this morning we said, when we to the devotees, Prabhu, you may have to unlearn what you are doing. You may have to do a mentality so that it works for you and you are focused. It may be necessary. Therefore, my lecture is, we may need an attitude adjustment. Good. I've spoken now. I think we should make a little pause. Gaurahari, we are not in stress for time, isn't it? No stress. Good. Wow, I needed to hear this. So my suggestion is we breathe a little bit. We have already the windows open. That's very kind of you. What should we do? I think let us stand up. Yes, stand up, walk a little, and then I give you a sign, and whoever is before your nose, discuss what you just heard. Yes? This is good interaction. Modern, no? Modern. So just walk around, walk maybe to the altar. Hari Prasad, this is modern, modern. You don't move, you don't walk. You need to walk to change the atmosphere in the room. It's, yes, Krishna Murari, jump into the crowd. Angini, not so slow. Ich möchte dir was sagen, setz dich doch gemütlich kurz hin. So, keep on walking, yes. And stop. The person who you're looking in the eyes now is your partner for discussion. Wait. So what did you hear? What did you hear? And what are your thoughts about it? Yes? Ambarish, you're ready? Yes. Try to repeat something. Go now.
Ja, kirtan ist Du bist verheiratet, du weißt, Jai Gopal, Jai Gopal. Singen. Bro, I saw you outside. I said, I want to continue. Please tell the article.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Madhu Chanda. Was good discussion? Haripa Prashad has discussed. It's good to change the atmosphere, no? So, Hare Krishna, please find your place or a place. Anandavadan has discussed. Hare Krishna. There is the son of Madan Mohan, little Kanai. Kanai, ich finde den Witz total gut, den du gemacht hast. Was ist eine Mandarine, die auf den Berg klettert? Es ist eine Wanderine. This Kanai knows how to compose jokes. He has asked me a question. What is a mandarin that walks on a mountain? I had no idea, but then he said, it's a wandering. It wanders on the mountain. The mandarin is like an origin. Wandering is walking. So this is Kanai. If you want to, he has more jokes, no? Yeah, so you can ask him. Kann okay, wenn die dich fragen nach neuen Scherzen, oder? Jetzt ein bisschen, vielleicht ein bisschen väterliche Unterstützung, dann geht das. Alright, so Hare Krishna. Now I think we have discussed the subject matter. It's in, and I want to see, do you have any questions regarding the subject matter or any other questions that you would like in this subject matter in this way? Yeah, it's good. I saw the three of you. I saw Prahlad Nashinga first, then I saw Govinda, then I saw Ananta Shesha, and Madhuji is also here. Good, I see some of you. Good. So let us start with these. Good. Who was? I think you. We have a microphone for you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for sharing this so clearly and concisely. I think it was very impactful for me. My question had to do with one of the meditations you did at Srila Prabhupada's house when we were in Vrindavan, and you spoke about Paramatma being, and the Guru being the external manifestation of Paramatma within our lives, and that if we become more subtle, we tune ourselves to the will of Paramatma and meditate on that. And
yeah. Here comes Rudvik comes. Thank you, Rudvik. He will water you that you grow nicely. So good. Wow, he's really sorrowful. Ludwig, du kannst auch zur Not, um nicht jeden zu bewässern, sprichst du Englisch oder Deutsch? Both. So this was English. So you can pour water in your hand and just throw it, and then you have 20 all. You've blessed 20. So, yes. Very good. Very good. This is how the priests do this. Yeah, but then you have to move to get Kinder, children. Okay, so the Guru being an extension of the Paramatma, and we can hear in the heart.
So I was hoping if you could share a little bit more about becoming more subtle to understanding Paramatma, and then by then also understanding the will of the Guru, and necessarily not having to then have direct.
Wonderful question. Meeting. Yes. Have you understood Prahlad's question? the Guru in the heart. There is a prayer in the 10th canto which says, even transcendental poets cannot express the gratitude to you, our Lord, who has appeared in two forms. Outside as the initiating and instructing spiritual master, and inside as the Chaitya Guru, the Guru in the heart. Two. So the verse says, transcendental poets cannot express it. My dear devotees, poets have something in their language that we don't have in ordinary life. The poets can describe something, and then as you listen to that description, it's called a spota, something will burst open. You see, a good poesy it does that. I would like to say, well, we don't want to talk about poesy now. You can ask me private for such good poems. They're not my own. I can't do this, but it's a certain skill to put the words and then something beyond the words dawns or comes into the listener. So although they have this art, this ability, they can't express it. It's too subtle. What it is, Prahlad Nrsimha, is when you begin to follow, when you follow your spiritual master, a type of tuning happens that you begin to see things similarly like he. I think all of you who read Prabhupada's books and accept Prabhupada as your teacher, when you look now at the world, you see things you have not seen before. For instance, Maya. This was my first realization when I had read some parts of the Gita, and I went back to my old friends and my old culture, my old, in some of you would say my old scene, and I could, oops, my God, there are a few heavy illusions here, and I was under them. I could see it. I could see things through Prabhupada's eyes. This happens when you tune in your intelligence with your spiritual master, Prabhupada, and your present guru. And at that time, when you are tuned, you will see, the Chaitya Guru will speak to you like many, many things. It's not always clear, Sri Prahlad, but many times it's very clear. You would say this in other language, intuition. Your intuition is awake. But in Krishna consciousness, you would call it, it's the Lord in the heart, the Guru in the heart. The Chaitya Guru. I saw Prabhupada. I must say, oh God, I can give an example. We were walking through the Vondel Park, with a group of disciples, perhaps 20, 25. And Srila Prabhupada then stopped the walk. I think I've told it many times, and watched a little bird flying from the nest down. It was a baby bird. It was really not good flying. It was a tumbling, but it landed. And Prabhupada asked the question, how does the bird know to fly? And one devotee, it was like a prompt. He said, instinct, Prabhupada. The scientists say instinct. In human beings, you would say also instinct, and there's another one in intuition, the inner GPS. And Prabhupada said that's a word only. It's the super soul in the heart who gives. So in Vaishnava understanding, God is everywhere, is surrounding us, it's in the heart. And when you tune yourself in, but you need to tune yourself in, like in an old radio. Here is the BBC. Today we will talk about Genghis Khan. Oh, this was very clear, Genghis Khan is of secondary interest. You know, you may not want to hear it. Hare Krishna. Tune yourself in. Reading, hearing, talking, asking questions, and after some time you will be able, and then more then you have done your part. Now the other part has to happen. Good. There was Gogo. You were all together. You're the question section. Yeah. Okay. So Gogovinda, yes.
I was together with Nasida and Tai, and
Mhm.
we were discussing, and our conclusion was that we don't have actually much hope. When you were describing the rope analogy, what came to my mind is that with time passing by and mind being again and again successful, you see, what I see that the only hope is that someone comes down and ties me up that I cannot get loose. and so then the question is, okay, so why should the person come down, or why to you, or why not to someone else? Is it then the only thing, the only qualification is to just keep on trying?
No. Listen very carefully. You have to start where you can do. Chant half a round. Yes. I know you chant 16 rounds, or you know, it's not about this. What some do, and do that regularly. And here, when you don't do this, let me give you an analogy. Then it means you have to work on your prayojan board, your priorities, your eagerness, your sincerity, and that happens when you are when you go into a situation slightly out of your comfort zone with good devotees. I would like to give you an answer, an analogy. When you are 70, what you need is, according to the physical people, a muscle mask, muscles. Yoga can also do it, but you need to go to a yoga instructor who helps you to do those exercises that can build up muscles. But so a trainer, very nice person, some might know him, Ananda Murti of beautiful hair. You know? Yes. It is impressive. Yeah. And he is a real good physical trainer. And I said, I need to build a muscle mass. What? So I was his student for a year before, and he said, "Hey, let's be realistic. What can you do? How much time do you have?" 10 minutes. All right. So what we will do, we give you 3 exercises that alternate. Set A, exercise B, and between these two, all parts of your, body are addressed. And I said, I tried so many times exercise. So what we will do, you do what you can do, two things shy of that. So if I do push-ups, then I can do 3.5. Then I would 1.5 push-ups. And then the other exercise, the 3 exercises. And then you will see that you can increase slowly, and you will like, because doing exercises does something psychological. It gives you confidence. So in the same way, my dear everyone, you have to start somewhere and build yourself to them. And I always think those who are on the path should and think about taking initiations, they should do something they can easily do, not immediately to 16. It's a different story with those who are initiated. And if you want to seriously improve your practice, then it's a discussion between you and your spiritual master. You know, if you're serious, but you don't say you want to do that you don't want to do. You have to want to do it. Then some program can be worked out, tailored to your situation. But something is possible. And this is the beautiful thing about Bhakti. Any type of contact with Bhakti, if it's just the right contact, I think sometimes we do things so dutifully. Where's the love? Where's the devotion? Where's the inspiration? Where's the divine intuition? Where's the guidance in the heart? We just do things like Arctic machines, like without a heart. That is not good, but a good practice should be there. And if you are not willing to do this, or you can't do it, don't even despair. Then next life, you will definitely get a bigger taste. Cry for your for your situation. I like, but I can't. There's something really wrong in me, and so on. Krishna is so kind that anyone who turns with him in any ways, very good. We would all meet Nityananda and he would embrace us and we would go, Hare Krishna, and we come. But maybe on his appearance day he will come. Good. I'm sorry, I'm throwing it back on you. You have to do something. But it is not in health and in spirituality. Listen, in health and in spirituality, you need to work. It's wrong that, oh doctor, please help me. You have to, the doctor will tell to you the reason. But yes, I will do my part, but you have to want it. You have to place your shraddha in this. Then it works. Otherwise, it cannot work. In health and in spirituality, shraddha, and then acting upon it must be done. Ananta Shesha.
Hey Maharaj, please accept my obeisances. Maharaj ji, how can I understand if Shri Guru and all the Vaishnavas are pleased with me?
I heard answering this question in a very, when you are humble. At that time, you know that that the Vaishnavas have given the blessings. Especially you know when Radha has given the blessings. Because as long as you're not genuinely humble, but you are still in the false ego so much, it will not work, this process of bhakti. You're still in your self-made prison. When you're genuinely humble, then you know you have been blessed. Of course, there are many answers to this. When you feel this is one answer. When you feel love, Ananta Shesha, for Krishna, and you're in a practice and your service, then you can say there must be some blessing, and so on. Sometimes the Vaishnava let you know, oh Ananta Shesha, you did such nice service, thank you very much. They won't speak to you. But the greatest blessing is really when we have this, when the spark is there, the spark of, you can call it eagerness, you can call it genuine humility. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. That blessing. That says like this. Sorry, I have not yet learned that I need glasses. There's something in me which just doesn't want. mm. By his glance of mercy, he creates an eagerness to serve him. That's Krishna and the devotees, no? That they give you this eagerness when you're vibrating in the proper frequency for your spiritual life. Wow, congratulations. Good. I saw Vaijayanti there and some others I might. Yeah. But Nishinga, you can be a microphone wanderer, you know. Microphone man.
There are two.
Two microphones. Wow. Hare Krishna, Vaijayanti.
In Sacinandana, you were speaking about the art of being in the presence of Krishna, and I was trying to practicing that. And after some time, some or other it came just what about also being in the art of being in the presence of Guru also. So I was trying I have a picture, so in the morning to reminisce and looking at the pictures. And I was trying also to meditate more, to bring the image of the spiritual master inside. So whenever I do my mantra, and I felt some benefit. And I was wondering if you can a little bit elaborate on this point of the art of being in the presence of Guru, how to meditate on this
Yeah.
some guidance.
Yeah. Thank you very much. This is a well-established practice in many spiritual traditions, also in Gaudiya Vaishnavism. There is a practice when you chant that you invite Guru to chant next to you. It's discussed by Haridas Thakur in his book Harinam Chintamani. Just for you who are interested, Harinam Chintamani is the dialogue between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Haridas Thakur. Mostly Chaitanya Mahaprabhu asks questions. You might ask yourself, how did this come about? Bhaktivinoda Thakur describes how he wrote this book. He collected manuscripts that had been written when at the time of Haridas Thakur, when he was answering questions. Interesting, isn't it? It's a little bit as if someone in 500 years will find the notes which Krishna has made from this lecture, no? And then says, yes, 500 years back in Golokadam, this talk was held. So in the same way, Harinam Chintamani takes these notes, which are from that time, and makes dialogue out of it, question and answers, and so on. And there Haridas Thakur speaks about chanting in the presence of the Spirit, inviting him, giving him a seat, washing his feet, and then chanting next to him. I think it's a very good practice because I know from I don't want to give names. I know from devotees who are my disciples, they chant, and when I come in the room, they go, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And I think, my God, this is so good how he chants. This next to Haridas Thakur, the best chanting, and then I go out. And then I look from the window. And then sometimes it's different, but not all the time. So, yes. If you chant next to your spiritual master, Vaijayanti, it's a matter of consciousness. Calling him your consciousness. Closeness is really a matter of consciousness. When you may talk with someone and that someone isn't minded and you are not really so present, you have so many things to do and you really, you cannot get away from this person, but you just wait until the moment comes where you say, oh, this was so, I need to do now something. And if you think, what did he say? I have no idea because I was not there with my consciousness. This is inviting your spiritual master in your consciousness. What I do, but I'm not a very good disciple. I mean, I'm not saying I'm a good disciple, but what I do is I take time when I'm alone and I sit and I invite Srila Prabhupada. Sometimes I listen to his lectures and just let the echo of the lecture, means what he said, let it still move in my mind. Many times it happens to me that I think, would you be pleased when you see what you do, what I say? For instance, now when I came in, I stood a little before the Vyasa sun and said, please, Srila Prabhupada, help me that I represent your this tradition properly, these devotees, right to hear everything nicely and so on. It's a matter of consciousness. And yeah, there are many methods, many techniques, but if there is not the consciousness, then it's not the right. I will give you an example from instruments. The mridanga is a very, very subtle instrument. And in order to learn it, you can learn the techniques and the beats you can have a timer all the time, play with the timer so that your beat is on time. But that alone is not giving the mridanga the sound. The sound which it has is more subtle. It comes when you chant, play it in worship for the kirtan, in worship of Krishna. Then it comes to the real level where it dances all of a sudden and it does things. Yeah, you need to awake the mridanga. There are mantras to do this and so on. So it's a subtle art if you are interested in the detail to do it right. So, but it all comes down always. It's a matter of consciousness. Everything, techniques, things. Good. Ambarish, I have seen you. Ambarish, and then next, there are already two devotees. No quantities today. Was not enough prasadam. Not sweet enough.
Hare Krishna. Question is, does the nature of the guru-disciple relationship evolve over time? Should a disciple expect their relationship with their guru to change as time matures, or should it sort of stay the same?
Yes, well, it is described in Jiva Goswami's thing that it evolves. First, it is more rigid, do this, do that, do this, do that. Then it is expected that the disciple has internalized it, and then it becomes Vishramba. Vishramba means without that formal respect. It would you more close, like friendly, but not in a gross way. You always know who's who in this relationship, but there is a lot of friendliness in there. If this friendly, sign of affection, if that would be maybe shown in the beginning, it would not always be, of course there is affection, but if it's too much, then the disciple would be easy. I remember, I mean, I know you will not like this example, but I do remember I had I'm blessed with two very nice parents. Those who know my parents have seen them. They have been impressed, very cultured, very interested, and so on. And when I was young, I was impossible. I was bringing myself into danger, and my also with my crazy adventurous suggestion. And sometimes I really did things which were dangerous and for me and others. And my father would then do the German style. This is no longer the style I know, but he would, okay, take the pants down and boom, boom, aua, boom, yes, I know. Boom, 20 you will get today. Boom, aua, boom, you know. And then I would see my father would cry. Why is he crying? And I asked him when I was a little older, and he said, I really didn't like to do this, you know. Yes, on my nerves like anything, but which father is beating the child for out of invitation? That is not. But I knew I needed to show you your limits, otherwise you would not live nowadays. So sometimes the guru relationship is described like this. In the beginning, do this, do this, do this. Why didn't you do this? And you think, oh, I was also like that. But you outwardly, you're strict. And then you need to know when to let this go as a guru. There is a time when this is counterproductive. And hopefully he lets go when you are trained. Sometimes he lets you go when you're wild, still wild, because he knows it's now counterproductive to be so strict. No? He will hate me, the disciple. So hopefully, but in your case, you are all good people. You are all good. No, don't worry, don't worry. But this is, the difficult. I remember, and Prabhupada like this, he would sometimes make the point like this, down, 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 down. Then we went out of the room, and then when the door was closed, we heard him laughing. He's not agitated with us. He just did his duty to tell us where we were wrong, and he needed to leave an impression with Western disciples. So it evolves, yes. The ideal case is it evolves and gets more this friendly thing, and I think to have this. I mean, I needed to see Prabhupada in this role, acting with me. I think we all want this, and yes, this is there. Ambarish, by the way, can you please come after this to me? I have to ask you something very nice. You know, good. Fine. I saw another one there. Yes.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. My question is, how can we avoid doing criticism and doing Vaishnava offenses?
Don't do it.
But it's very hard to control our tongue. Like
Everything starts in the mind, also the criticism. So you may need a mentality adjustment. In other words, you may need to change your perspective. And I think the easiest perspective is that they're trying their best, but they are confronted with certain conditioned traits in them, certain influences of the modes, but they are trying their best. I would say this is the first step, try to see them as trying their best, but they are just certain. For instance, when you are older, you will see cultural differences. The way an Indian thinks is different from a North German. The way a Chinese thinks is different from a New Yorker. There is cultural differences, and they all try their best. If they are not a little kind with each other, and they will criticize each other. On this cultural difference, there's a book on this cultural languages, and I don't read so much, but I read always a little. And friends tell me, read this, enough. So there was this Japanese businessman who worked together with an American businessman in Japan. And the American business was really dependent on this Japanese businessman who was a genius, knew all the context, he knew to express it. So finally, the company, this American company in Japan, became so big that perhaps the biggest investor of the country was interested to invest in it. But in order to have this talk, they needed to have the Japanese representative. So the American business says, we are now making the biggest breakthrough in the Japanese market. The investor has only time on Saturday, next Saturday. Please come and talk. And I need the information from the Japanese market, which you only have. And the man says like this, the Japanese, and says, Saturday is a good day to marry your daughter. So the American says, "Oh, thank you for this cultural explanation. Saturday is good for marriage, super good for marriage." So the Saturday comes, the investor there already, he has mountains of gold, he wants to invest immediately, but the Japanese representative is not there. Investor goes, we made the appointment, the person is not there. The American goes, he said he would come, he made like this. And he didn't say, I said he's absolutely necessary. Let me phone him. So he phones, and from the other side is loud Japanese marriage music. He doesn't still understand. So the next Monday, the Japanese representative comes, and this American guy, we lost 30 billion trillion gold mountains, just because of you. But I said to you, today is the day of marriage for daughter. My daughter, best daughter. Oh, this is so good marriage. I was marrying. But you didn't tell this to me. You made a cultural general statement. You Americans always need a little like computer. I said it very clearly. So there is a subtle cultural difference. That's why I never manage anything in India, because we speak different languages, cultural languages. Spiritually, very good. We all one. So you have to see this. They are all trying their best, different, maybe not cultural conditionings, other conditionings. Who was the question? Yeah. And you have to understand, and then you can forgive them. But Hare Krishna. See the good in others. Try to see good. Ananda, no, who was? I'm this Pratik, no Pratik. Yes. Hare Krishna, Pratik.
Thank you for the class. For a few days, I've been wondering this question in my mind because we are attending a lot of retreats and reading and hearing a lot of things, and it's more like a practical knowledge. And the probability of one becoming fanatic is more unless and until someone gets a true realization. And I've observed someone who gets a true realization, the meaning of a words or of a aspect of spirituality is completely different.
Yeah.
So I was wondering what things that I can do that like real realizations, and you're becoming a real spiritualist and just reading books and hearing and just acquiring the theoretical knowledge that yeah, I know this, but realizing that fact is completely different thing.
Yeah. Yeah, the examples which we could say, it is true, theoretical knowledge can make you into a hard-hearted person and also a fanatic who looks down upon others. That is, we can observe this in life. But there is no, you need to mature. And maturity or maturation in spiritual life has a lot to do with purifying the heart. A lot. And I only have this example. Yeah, half knowledge is dangerous, they say, even because you don't understand. There was in Australia something which is just so horrible that I don't want to burden the assembly. I can only give the principle. There was a husband who was beating his poor wife so much that he was shouting in helplessness, and the neighbors informed the police. And the police came and into the apartment and asked, "Why did you do this?" You know, and the husband then gave a so-called philosophical justification, and it's so bad that I don't want to repeat. It pollutes. It breaks the heart to see this, and this is because that something had gone wrong in his development. So purification. It's a little bit. It happens in spiritual movements. Do you know? In my new book, I write about it. Ironically, it has been shown in studies that religious people are less compassionate than normal people. And this is because they have standards so high by which they judge other people. These are not, they have not understood things, you know, I'm saying, but it happens in these circles. Unfortunately, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur calls this very politely the enthusiasm of a beginner. Very, you know, it's fanaticism, you know, it's judgment. And the only solution is maturation and purification. God, I have to towards the Madajis. This would not be kind. I see two of you. Yes. This is not Gita from Finland. I can't believe my eyes. Gita was born in Krishna consciousness. Two very wonderful devotees. Yes. Say, yeah, Hare Krishna, Gita.
So my question is, we are supposed to try our best, and then Krishna will reciprocate. Sometimes maybe we try too much, and then we actually go against Krishna's plan. So how can we distinguish between trying our best and all?
I'm still trying to find this out, you know. Yes, Gita. How can we distinguish between trying our best and overing? You speak to the wrong person. I mean, at this stage of my life, I know I have to change something because I'm getting exhausted for the first time in my life. But it's so hard because I'm so enthusiastic. It's so hard, but I know I have to do, and I will do. I will do. Puja, oh my God, brother, say if you go on like this, it's not possible for the human organism. And yes. So yes. Tomorrow I will change. because your question is so practical. I don't want to give a philosophical concept. When you don't know something, this is already good that you know, okay, here I need advice. I seem to be doing something wrong. Let me hear some advice and then listen to advice. And not all advice will be 100% correct because people don't know you and your circumstances, although they try their best. But the advice which comes, which is, which comes to you and which resonates with you in your heart, that advice you should follow immediately. It has to resonate in your heart. I think you have such parents, and you are a very, we can see, very bright young girl, very serious. I think you would have to ask concretely where, and this is not for a public forum. Where is it that where you are not knowing the border between over and ever and so on. I think that's the only answer to this. And watch the signs. When you repeatedly act in a way where things go wrong, then this might be Krishna trying to tell you something. Trying. Hare Krishna. Don't worry a bit, Gita. Don't worry a bit. Everything will be 100%. Don't worry a bit. Your character is so good. Everyone who has seen you knows this. Krishna will take care. No, don't worry. Don't make it unnecessary, complicated. You're young. You have some energy, so but if you want to know, ask specifically and watch the signs. There must be some signs you have seen already, otherwise you wouldn't ask this question. And so, Bonamasi.
I got some inspiration. I just got some inspiration in the beginning of the lecture, so I will try to express this as a question. So you once said you don't want to be just a part of the institution as a guru. So please, can you say something more about how we can make some adjustment between the tattva of the guru as you as a direct representative of Nityananda and as you as a
Yeah.
and you as a because you said that, for example, you said Prabhupada said that we disconnect, we won't be able to expect the help of a guru life after life. So this life after life, like a tattva, and this life which we now live, is you accepting you also as a person in one life.
Mm-hmm. Bonamasi, because your question is so multi-layered, please check if I understood what I should answer, or where you say you are bound into an institution as Sacinandana, and there are some realities around this, and then on the other hand you are representing the Lord, really. And is it this that's the conflict?
The Lord, it was on the side of the tattva.
Yeah.
And as a person, as you are, as we see you over the years with these material senses.
Oh yeah, no, yes. It may be different. Yeah. Yes, I know the answer. Yes, there is not only a principle working in particular guru. He has also a personality which he brings. And therefore, my dear everyone, it's important that you also recognize this of the personality and see if this works together. If you can accept the teachings which come from him, Tattva, where he represents the philosophy, but you can also accept him as a person, the way he is. Therefore, the Hari Bhakti Vilas, he says, master and disciple should test each other over a period of a year. This testing is not done on the Tattva level, during which time they should live together. When you live together with someone, you know what is personality. You're a married woman, you know, no? During this time, the testing takes the form of experiencing each other's behavior and character. Behavior and character, not the tattva, it's the personality thing. By living together for a year, it's possible for them to know each other's nature and personality, and thus whether they are worthy of acting as guru and disciple respectively, worthy or I would say capable. There is no other way to do this. I have said to many devotees who don't know me personally, but who only listen to lectures. You know, I give two types of lectures. This is a disciple meeting. I bring a little bit more of my personality, but I have to give lectures as a representative of a school, like a professor who enters the room and tells 2 plus 2 equals 4. Mm. And I'm giving us or this mathematical equation. You know, he has to present that. So I have to present this, and I do this as a service to spread Krishna consciousness. As it is. Prabhupada used to always say, as it is. Of course, there's always a little personal understanding. I've seen that many devotees want to become my disciples based on this, but I do know it will not work over the years because they will not be able to understand the individual, you know, with his, what is the word here? Nature and personality, so on. No? And therefore, I have tried over the years to send many devotees further on. Please go there. Please go there. This will not work. I know from experience. Your nature and personality requires a person with another nature and personality to guide you in all acts. Please believe me. I'm not rejecting you personally. It is not the case. It is just experience and a little maybe maturity. You get older and you see what works and which does not work. So the two must work. Now you will say, if I made a very young decision and I was accepted on the base of a young decision, maybe this is not your question, Purnamasi, but I want to broaden the thing. That time, we should always connect with we should still connect with the tattva, that is the spiritual truth which comes to our Diksha Guru, but we may go for personal instruction to Diksha Guru. Gurus, plural. I'm not, I know this is not your question, but I'm extending it because, yes, I must say, and this is one of the greatest problems in my life. I have a wonderful life, but when I see that somehow disciples move a little away from me without having proper spiritual guidance, you know, without having Shiksha gurus, I feel, oh, it's not good. They only have their mind now, which tells them what to do. And it is a cause of great concern, yes. It was, it's not that I want to defend myself. It's not that I'm a particularly difficult person in the union. So many left Prabhupada's service also. It is, It's bound to happen in life. Have I answered your question, or have I shot 20 kilometers next to it?
Interesting when you know you on this personal level, this relationship gets so much more attractive also. And you show it very rarely, not so often. Sometimes it comes this your how do you say, not that you have to, but this inner life, it's so helpful for us.
Wonderful, Purnamasi, and I thank you for saying this, and I'm very grateful. Yes, many disciples tell me this, that this is, and I'm very grateful. Yeah, I'm very grateful that you can see that this is my most important treasure, and perhaps that is there. At the same, so this is there. And there is no argument against it. And yes, I will be more personal. And I'm, this when you, I know, no, don't worry, Purnamasi. I have heard this I heard this before. Yeah, don't worry. And I'm a man of the heart. It is not that it's difficult for me. At the same time, we all have to be full of personality cults. The guru is more than just a nice person. He can give much more. There is so much more scope. And when we just make a club of personality, let me say like this, there is much more scope than in friendship with the guru. Friendship that should be understood that that he wants well for us, that he is like the mother sometimes. Tomorrow we will hear another image of a guru, which is much more digestible than the guru as the disruptor of our dreams. Yes, personality cult is very dangerous. I'm sorry for this heavy, but it should not end with Sacinandana Swami. You should go. You're parts of Krishna. You should go to Krishna. You should dance in the spiritual sky in total freedom with the Lord. That is what you all should to be. If you are too bound to the like we in Prabhupada's time, we just made videos of how drank from his glass, and he sometimes like he gave this person the sign to me. I always wanted to be close to Prabhupada, like all disciples, and I was young and I was inexperienced. And I think I told you in the past that once Prabhupada arrived, I believe it was Amsterdam, but I'm not 100% sure. And I did not receive him in the reception with all the other devotees, but I went right to the conveyor belt, baggage, luggage. And the devotee, his servant was there, and he told me this. And I carried Prabhupada's bag into the waiting car. It was a VV bus. Krishna. And there was the sannyasis were there and said, okay, thank you for the bringing the luggage. We will store it. You may now go and receive Prabhupada. I said, no, I'm his authorized luggage carrier. Who authorized? My local GBC. You need to know the language, So, okay, then I jumped with all of them in the VW bus, which I wanted. It was hopelessly full, but I was there also. And I was behind, there's the driver is here. Here's the co-driver. And and Prabhupada was on the co-driver's seat. And I was just behind it. And I was just staring in the mirror. Like looking at his facial features. And, everyone, especially a sensitive person, will know when someone look at him like this. It's you feel it when you drive in the car and all of a sudden the guy takes over. A guy means this New York person takes over and looks at you, and you don't want any with a total stranger. You look straight. So Prabhupada must have noticed how I was there, looking at his reflection with this impossible expression on the face. And after some time, Prabhupada looked right like this into the mirror. He looked right into my eyes and he went, I should please give him some peace, you know. So there I understood Prabhupada did not wish this person this attachment to the outer form, because then will go Purnamasi. We will all die. Yes, in case I've forgotten just now. And we must make it on a deeper level. But, there is a lot of truth in what you say. And it is in the heart of all these, including me, to have a personal relationship. So we have to balance it healthily. That's what I say, healthily. Yeah, I think, did you raise your hand? Yeah. No, no, then, yeah, who? You? Yeah. I have I saw Vinod since a long time. I'm sorry I may not see all of you because I don't see so well. I mean, these are good for the. I don't even know. No, these are not good for the. Everything is blurry. Are you Vinod, the husband of the new person who? Let us not get used too much to her name. It's an old name.
Thank you, Maharaj. I wanted to follow up on that question.
Yeah.
And first, just thank you for expanding it because it was relevant for me. My question is more in relation with Shiksha and Diksha and how to live with that without kind of feeling like diluted in the sense of like one's attention split in different places. That's one of the things.
Yeah. There was once a case where a very qualified devotee of a yatra wanted to become my disciple, and for many reasons, local reasons, there was a whole package of reasons. This seemed to not be a good decision. So he went to another guru and said, I would like to have you as my Diksha Guru, this other guru, and Sacinandana Swami, Shiksha Guru. He was a very young devotee. And this godbrother of mine gave a wonderful answer. He said, it will be difficult for you to have respect for two. Better is you decide on one. Now, I think it was a very, very correct answer. So in the beginning of our spiritual life, it's a little bit difficult to love two. It is, and if we love two, we might end up loving so a commitment, it is difficult, but after some time you will figure it out and it's easy. For young people, but you are a little elderly devotee. You look like 2,000 years old devotee, so it should not. The way it's dealt with in our tradition, Diksha Guru, is that whatever knowledge our Shiksha Guru gives us, and we are not 100% sure it is in the line of our Diksha Guru. We bring that to him and says, should I do like this? And then when he says, yes, we do like this. So the Guru usually is first. But there are cases where somehow in the progress of life, Shiksha Gurus you feel more in the heart, that is also there. But this is later, don't worry about it now. So now let me bind all this together. The tradition encourages us to have Shiksha Gurus, plural, and one Diksha Guru. The Diksha Guru should always be the prime Guru. Even when we learn other things, our Diksha Guru will see if that helps the whole line of growth which we have. He is supposed to know, he knows that, and if he doesn't know, he will pray, and then he gets to know that. So this is it's also a culture of respect. Sometimes devotees come to me and want to be my Shiksha disciples, but when I find out they had trouble with their Diksha Guru, then I say, no, you have to work this out first. Because we are very chanchal, flickering in our mind. Once there was a god brother who you will understand in a second, who said to Prabhupada, Prabhupada, I will not listen to anyone else. I will only listen to you. You are my all and everything. Everyone has disappointed me so far. So what did Prabhupada now say? Listen to the intelligent answer. He said, I might also disappoint you. Go to Krishna. To have trust in Krishna only. Because he saw a critical mind. I mean, if he has trouble, maybe there's a trouble here. A critical mind will find fault everywhere. So Prabhupada said, carefully, you will also find a fault in me. Go to Supreme Personality of Godhead. So sorry, I'm a little under the influence of Vata because I talked so much today. Is it clear from my answer? We know it will become clear. Guru first, and then whatever helps you, that you accept. And that will give pleasure to your Diksha Guru also. It's simple. We are one family. Should we make groups and sects within this? No. Family. Hare Krishna. Didn't do so well on this one. Can I now look? I think Ananda Vadan will be the last one. Frage gehabt, oder?
Ja, aber wenn jemand anderes da wahnsinnig, also wir können auch.
What should we do? Anyone has a burning question? I will see which hand goes first. Now, no one. No, go, Jai Gopal. Burning question. Ist das gut gemacht? This will be our last question. Everyone and your neighbor, look, let us be respectful to Jai Gopal's question. Then we will end this program with a nice little kirtan, no? That we go into this kirtan space. Yes.
I'm a bit shy to ask that question. You also mentioned reveal ourselves, and I'm asking this question also to reveal myself and to put aside some doubts or aspirations to go fitness. So sometimes when I hear about prospect of us coming to Krishna, going to the spiritual world, hearing about the spiritual world, my mind comes and says, oh, but it's too good to be true. And this doubt still lingers somewhere in the back of my mind, and it also, I feel it encourages me to go.
Wonderful question. Jai Gopal, you don't know how much I thank you for this question. This idea, I will go back home, the spiritual world, the prospect. And at times we might become hopeless. My dear Jai Gopal and everyone, please listen carefully. This will be a point about which you will have to think about for a minimum of 10 years before you understand it. What, Jai Gopal, if you are already perfect? Yeah, I know this is totally anti all what we have heard. Hari Prasad, listen very carefully. Oh my God, Hari Prasad is now. Oh my God, what is now coming? What if you are part of Krishna? And think about it. You belong to Krishna like the finger belongs to the hand. What if that is true? Wow! Of course, at the moment, for those who are linear thinkers and not overview thinkers, I have to be very careful now. Of course, you need to wake up to this fact. But what if Krishna is in your heart? What is if Krishna is right around you, if you're with you, and all you need to do is to remove the walls you have built against him? What is with this idea? I believe from our Judeo-Christian education, from our cultural conditioning, we always think the spiritual world is there and we are here. In some way, the there and here is correct, but it's not absolutely correct. Yes, we are in Maya, we are in, and so on. Yes, yes, yes. But what is if you are a part of Krishna? Can you imagine to be a part of God? What this means? The difficult understand that the Lord is all this, what you hear, and you are belonging to Him. And He loves you. Oh, another strange concept. Now we will get really revolutionary. He loves you even though you make mistakes. Will not a mother love the child even before the child is able to reciprocate with the mother? Have you seen a mother? They are like this, and the child is there, cannot speak, cannot see, is covered by layers of mother belly. The mother goes, my little one, boom, 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 boom. Or maybe the creative cartel beat, dum, 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 dum. Loves the child. The first 3 years, the child cannot speak much. The child is absolutely dependent. In the night, it needs the mother's milk and so on. Will the mother not love the child? Nevertheless, she will get, yes, I'm getting up. Yes, I will. Yes, everything, what you need, and so on. So Krishna is like this. And there are many verses in the scriptures which I have written down here. It's in another notebook, in the green notebook, which I want to present to you, all of you, where the gopis say, you are the well-wisher of all conditioned souls. Wow, he loves everyone. Total new concept. We always beat ourselves up. I'm not good enough. Oh, yes. And I cannot get up in the morning in my rounds. And oh. What if Krishna says, and I love you anyways? I think he does so. And he gives so many chances, so many help, so much mercy which he always gives. Do you know that this is the reason why I became a Hare Krishna devotee? I read in the magazine with a terrible translation. You know, I really, the German was so unusual. I read Hridayam Savabhuteshu. Is it like Hridayam Savabhuteshu? Fifth, I can even remember the number. Hari Prasad, you can check me out. Fifth chapter of the Gita, verse 29. I know numbers. There the Lord says, I'm the frail wishing friend, the Surit. Surit means the super friend of all living beings. And when I thought this, I thought, wow, this is a different concept than the Christian God, which I was not sure about due to many reasons. And I said to myself, let me check this out, man. Yeah. I am saying this in great knowledge that this is different from what you hear. My dear devotees, the Lord is with us. Does he need to give more proof? He's with you in the heart. He gives you intuition at times. No? He doesn't, he's not with you because he hates you and wants to check your mistakes. He's there to help with a good motivation. And that is really, when you see the overwhelming amount of verses which talk about this. In Sanskrit, you can check it, you know. You're saying, but yes, he loves gopis, but not me. Or Subal or Sriram, but not me. But this is not right. And I think we need to feel or to be aware that we are loved in order to look back. Otherwise, it's only a concept. Only a concept. Not so helpful. Better than nothing. I can give you the verses, you know. You believe in our scriptures. Good. Then the battle is won. Hare Krishna. He cannot do anything else than love his devotees. He has no place in his heart for the mistakes of his devotees. There's an Ujjwala Nimoni, Ujjwala Nilamoni, very high scripture. No? But of course, you will notice all this and feel this when you learn to reciprocate. And that's what we learn in all what we do, to learn to reciprocate, to learn to turn to him. In whatever way, he will be satisfied with you. But if you do this mechanically and no bhakti is there, take longer time. It will also work, but it will take longer time. My dear devotees, we have talked very long, and I know we can go longer, but it would not be for your welfare. Then what will you do with prasadam? What will you do with your talks with others? What will you do with sleeping and all this? And we have still so much coming. We will sing a little bit for you. Nima is here. I can't hear or see. Nima is there. Can we ask Nima to play Mridanga? I'm sorry, the Nima is also a member of the Gaur Krishna Bhajan Band. We have to give everyone equal a chance. So we will do a little kirtan and then we will. One moment. I call it the Moscow melody. Does it ring familiar? Let's see. Okay, let us sit, let us breathe a little, relax. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. It's not too high, no? It's not fast, okay. Hare, Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Radhe 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 Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
forget everything or much. Just remember, maybe we need a mentality adjustment. This is not something that can be overlooked very easily. If you have the right mindset in your spiritual life, there will be immediate response from Krishna. So if you feel I have not so much response in Krishna, I feel a little dried out, you might have to work your mindset. Therefore, you may need a mentality adjustment. No? And there were a few, 3 points were given. 1 point was withhold, was not given. I will talk about it tomorrow in the lecture, this 4th point. It's very hope-giving 4th point. Another point which you have to take, that you take with you, is spiritual life is so much dependent on the very thing that is in Kali Yuga so difficult. That is to sit by yourself or walk by yourself and have a talk with Krishna. And Manu Samhita says it's so nice. I mean, usually I don't quote Manu Samhita. When you need to make a decision, then have a walk alone with Krishna, and go on a mountain, because overview of your life, and then you think, see, here some improvement can be done. So these are there. The lecture was, there were many things inside. It will be posted on the webpage or on the internet or whatever else, and you might like to go again through it. Now I can see the pujaris are ready to close the altar. Maybe we want to just get up and say goodbye for the day to our deity. We will just sing. Vaidyanti, are you here? Oh, no. Hare Jai Radhe, Jai Radhe Radhe, Jai Radhe, dear Sri Krishna Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anand Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai, Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasati Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Syamakunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai, Vrindavan Mathura ki jai, Samavita Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Lord Nityananda Travyodasi ki jai, Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the Assembled. All glories to the Assembled. All glories to the Assembled. All glories to Sri Guru Vaishnava. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Jai, 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 jai.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees, we just have a small announcement.